Oh my goodness, good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the world. How the heck are you? Getting a few little annotations done here before we get started. All right, let's see. I think I got all my annotations done. How you all doing this morning? Good morning, good morning. Quant, Shaky, McDonald, Arroyo. No NFP because of government shutdown. Oh. Good catch. Yeah, because it had said at the beginning of the week, I think it had said tentative. And I guess they made a decision. No, it was before Halim, but it's, they took it off the calendar. Polly, good morning. Oh, I did some organization in here, and it's feeling much better. I think I told you all I just bought this house. It's been a few months now, but still feels like we're moving it. Oh wait, U.S. government data may be impacted by the shutdown. Tentative events are subject to delay, revision, or cancellation. Yeah, there it is. All right, we're getting started. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing well. Just a reminder before we get started on this, I'm not a financial advisor. The information on this channel is provided for educational, informational purposes only, without any express apply warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. Read, pause, continue reading, pause again, hit play. All right, here we go. Just taking a look at the news schedule real quick, since we haven't spoken in a couple days. What we were talking about in the little intro waiting room area thing. Friday, there's no NFP. So today on Thursday, there's no news, and then tomorrow there is news at 10. But with the government shutdown, it looks like maybe they're going to push NFP to next week. Just something to keep in the back of your head. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm totally on board with that, Shaky. I think let's just go look and see, do we have any setups? Starting on Wednesday, looks like we peak formationed at the low of the week, and we broke out and went higher. I think this was the first green day on Wednesday, breakout day one. Yesterday went 3 sessions of rise and then broke down at the beginning of the New York session. I shorted this on the second bar. Actually, was it this or? I think it was this one. Oh, it wasn't this. Was it US 30? I'm going to have to go back and look at my trade. Oh, it's because it was over here. I'm just being ridiculous. 3 sessions of breakout. And then the open, 9:30. I took a second bar entry at the close. I've talked to you all about this type of entry when there's 2 consecutive bars that are larger than the previous so many days open, and they're both consecutive in the same direction. It's a good place to enter. And in line with the overall setup, we're like 3 or 4 weeks of breakout in. We've got multiple days of breakouts. And then 3 sessions outside of the range. They broke out. They didn't retest. This was a really good setup. Took this trade from here straight down to this is always my target, which is previous day's high, which is about 40 points. Got in, got out, and it was a great day. And I posted that on Discord for anybody who didn't see it. All right, but for today on the NASDAQ, what are we looking at? Did we close in breakout yesterday? We sure did. Okay, so we've got breakout day 1, breakout day 2. We've triggered the high today, breakout day 3. We got the low down here. We have got the high up here. Previous day's high and low were on the inside. We're going to be opening on the inside, it looks like. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I'm going to look somewhere else. All right, US 30. Yesterday was very clear. Came to the screen, knew exactly what to look for, and it played out. Today, I'm a little bit less certain, a little bit less clear. US 30. Spiked high, spiked low on Wednesday. Breakouts. Looks like they didn't go higher again yesterday. Making higher highs. I think this looks better than the NASDAQ, if I'm being really honest. And there's also 3 days of breakouts, and there's also lower lows today. I can get on board with US 30 because this is, we've been making higher highs. We broke out. Maybe the breakout is failing. We are consolidating below the previous months, and also we haven't triggered previous week's levels. Did we trigger previous week's levels over here? Yeah. Well, I don't really care for that. I would have preferred to have seen the weekly levels been broken, but let's go on. Sneaky Russell. 2 days of breakouts. We're into the third. Oh, this one has actually got all 3 sessions outside as well. This has also not triggered a previous week's level. Gold. Yeah, I was looking at gold, Paulie. I think that's, oh, wow. Yeah, Marlon, I think the Russell's okay. It's just we're on the inside. We're on the inside of a previous week's high and low, which can prove to be a little tricky. Gold is on the outside, which is good. Gold's been on the outside since Monday. I think today might be a day of non-speculation and focusing on levels. We got multiple days breakouts on oil. Kind of looks like a trending week, doesn't it? Did we come off of a... Yeah, we came off of a pivot on Monday. I'm focusing on levels today. I always focus on levels, but in the grand scheme of things, I think that's the best thing for me to do. Focus on the levels. Gold down here. $9:26 in the morning. Alrighty then. I'm going to put some other levels up here. and give myself a little bit of a reminder of what I'm looking at and looking for. Oh no, I've gone crooked with this one. There we go. Yeah, I'm very happy to just wait and watch. Yesterday was a very good day, trading wise, and those have been far and few between lately. Think that I'm very happy to just observe and make sure that whatever I do end up taking, if I take anything, is perfect. Let's not goober it up at the last day of the week, you know. All right, I'm getting down to a 5 minute now. I got all my levels in place and annotations that I need. I can't believe you all could hear that. All right, 1 minute to the open. No news on the calendar. Can't really see it. Well, yeah, definitely not right now. Um, I don't know what setup would I really be taking. We're opening on the inside of the high and low of the previous day. We're at the high of current day. I mean, it looks like it's going to continue to go up. But what setup would I have been taking if I were to enter that? And I can't answer that question, so I don't think I should be taking it. Yeah, I still think that the Dow is the best option. Um, I mean, that's not 100%, right? That's not a guarantee, of course, but um, it certainly seems like a decent option or decent idea. I guess we're gonna have to see what happens, the first few minutes. Gold at first red. Yeah, and that's kind of in combination with Wednesday. Oh, market is in breakout going higher. Regardless of that, I would really like to see levels being broken before looking to do anything on gold. So either the overnight, the previous day, or the high of day, current high of day from the overnight, or maybe the previous day's high, and then a strong rejection or failure from that level. You wouldn't consider previous month's high. It's too high of a time. Hold on. I want to make sure that I'm very clear about this. Previous month's high is a good level because it shows that everybody's involved. Once as it gets triggered, it's nice and things like that. I mainly am focusing around previous. I like to see that they've been triggered. It's kind of like a check in the box, right? But I'm mainly focused on, and it also helps you with overall market direction. If they're breaking out, going higher or lower, whichever, it helps me with overall market direction and identifying better or potentially better templates. Like, for example, right? Let's say that they have broken out of a previous week or previous month's low, right? So potentially the market is going down. We have three, the market only does three things. It's broken out to the downside, so maybe it's going to continue to go lower. Now, Monday pumps up. Tuesday's a first red day. Wednesday's a trade. Now, the template starts to make a lot more sense because we were already going down. The market pumped up, gave us a first red, and then there was a selling opportunity on the third day in a down moving market. That makes sense. And I hope what I'm saying is you're kind of tracking along with what I'm saying. The larger time frame levels show me and help me with identifying market direction. The previous day's levels and the current day's levels helps me with whatever template we're in, whatever 3-day template we're in, and then if I actually have a trade on the day. Dow is wild, I agree. I'm very glad to just be sitting on my little pause here. Although I am slouching my chair a little bit, so I'm going to sit up straight so I don't look like a shrimp. Got to keep that posture decent. I don't want to be getting older and have that hunchback. Yeah, this might be a good one to just wait 15 or so minutes, or maybe for the new hour. They've done a 3-hour 1, 2, 3 down. They did a 3-hour, so we broke out a previous day's high. This is an hourly chart. And you can see we broke out of a level, leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. 1, 2, 3 back to previous day's high. I don't want to think too much into that. You can even see the 1, 2, 3 here on a 5-minute where they've put some legs down. Just give me 1 minute. Sorry about that. That was a very important call. I had to answer it. 10 a.m. Majorette. Yeah, so we do have news at 10. I am all over the place this morning. Help. Look at that. Going right back for that previous month's level. PMI in 3 minutes. 3 minutes? Everyone's telling me different things. Y'all are freaking me out. Hold on. Let's see here. So we do have the 10. I think that's in 15 minutes, Marlon. I know I'm looking at Forex Factory Marlin, and also, uh, yeah, typically line two. I'm waiting until after the news. It's part of the reason I'm just sitting here waiting. Which is good because US 30's gone back to the high of the day. I think Shaky's probably still on a walk, so when he comes back, he's gonna get to see this and be like, "Man, it's a good thing I didn't go short." You know. But yeah, I like to wait until after the news. Yeah, Shaky. I was just saying, it's a good thing you went for a walk. That thing absolutely ripped, but it went back to the level, which is nice to see. Because now we can make better informed or thesis decisions. And I do wonder if we're going to go to previous week and month's high, since we're consolidating directly under it. See, gold is consolidating just above. I think this could be a very interesting news. Just kind of where things are sitting. I like this. I like the fact that we've gone back to the levels before the news. All right, there it is. We've gone back to previous month and week's high on US 30. That's good. Means they've triggered a big boy level. Yeah, I'm thinking news is a catalyst, or the move comes before the news, and then the news does what's the phrase that people use? Jack all, something like that, along that line of thinking. Could be. I think gold is still pretty interesting to me. I do wish that we were closer to a previous day's level. Oh man, waiting for news is I think that's probably one of my least favorite things in trading is coming to the screen a little too early and then sitting here knowing that I have to wait and just waiting for this, mythical time of 10 o'clock. Yeah, Halim, it's probably the broker, right? So Awanda's price movements or whatever, they probably have it hitting the level. On some brokers, it may not have. That's a very common thing. We do have news in 10 minutes. I like gold. I like gold. I need to wait a little bit, obviously, because of the news, but it's a maybe. And the reason I like this is because it's first red, one, two, high of week. We're at the high of the week, right? Tuesday put in the initial high of the week, and we've hit it in peak one, peak two, peak three, which is also a previous month's high. Now that I'm looking at it, so that being said, if this fails to go higher, it could be good. Now it could press up, and we could squeeze and go higher, and I'm going to be careful of that. But the reason that I'm even interested is because we have a high of day in place from before the session, the 9:30 session opened. And then we rallied above it and immediately failed. That's why I'm interested. Maybe a high of day breakout failure. Marius, excuse me. And I'm probably still butchering that. Good morning to you. Big boy level coming in hot. Do I find myself better at identifying longs or shorts? Definitely shorts. But I will say this line too. There's two things. My number one biggest problem that I have is not allowing trades to go the full distance. I feel as though that once it gets to a certain amount, I'm okay and I can just close. And I know that that is not the right mindset. It's okay to be a little greedy at the right times and being able to identify when it's good to be greedy. So I've been getting better and actively trying to get better at allowing things to go from level to level and from place to place. That's one of my things that I'm working on right now. The other thing, which you have just brought up, is I'm much better at seeing shorts, but I've been making an active effort, I guess, to get better at seeing the longs. Because at the end of the day, it is just a criteria-based entry, the same as my shorts. So I've been taking more longs when it applies. Yeah, that thing is going parabolic, shaky. Yeah, let's do a little check-in for our, where's our 10 a.m. reversal club? Where's our 10 a.m. club at? Where are you all at? I don't think I'm really in it just yet, but I might be for today. Hands up for the 10 a.m. club. I'll put my hand up today. I haven't really subscribed to the 10 a.m. theory just yet, but it might be for today at least. Especially with the news. Today, sure. Yeah. Heck yeah. NASDAQ is a little interesting. A little bit. I don't want to go crazy. I'm very distracted this morning. I'm sorry, you all. I've got a whole conversation being had on Telegram on my other screen. I'm trying not to pay attention to, but it's hard. Got other things going on in the background. I need to focus. Zone in. Drink more caffeine, maybe. I think the caffeine will probably do it. 2 minutes of the news. Shoe buddy. I have a feeling this is going to be an interesting... I hope that it doesn't just whip back and forth, but I have a feeling this will be an interesting news open. Especially on US 30 opening up outside of a previous day and also month and also week's level. We're at the high of the current week. Yep. The Nasdaq, and you all have heard me say this a lot. I don't do the whole watch one index to try and figure out what the other index is going to do. I think it's too unreliable. And what happens when one thing starts to do the opposite and it becomes like, oh, well, which one's leading? I don't know. Somebody out there, one of you out there might have a really great way of figuring that out. And if you do, please let the world know. I don't. And from my own personal experience, trying to watch gold and say, hey, gold is doing this, so this is going to be doing this, or the NASDAQ is doing this, so US 30 is going to do this, or whatever, right? Trying to look at correlations, that has never worked well for me. I'll lead with that. However, I do think it's odd that the NASDAQ and US 30 are so different. Hey, Shaky, I think that this may have actually been the catalyst. I think that this news may be actually the catalyst. For up or down. I don't know which one, of course, but the amount of volatility that just came in is pretty mad. So line 2, NAS, lower low, S&P, lower high, long S&P. So are you saying that the S&P leads the NASDAQ line 2? Is that what it's supposed to be? S&P leads the NASDAQ? So like the higher low, basically like the higher low on the S&P is showing strength. So you would look to go long. It's like a little divergence or something like that. Is that what it is? Interesting. Will I ever actually use that? Probably not. But I do find new trading things or new trading ideas interesting. Currently, the US 30, I think that's supposed to be an up-close candle, if I'm being really honest. Oh, there it goes. They just changed the color. There we go. Oh. So I think it gapped down, opened the bar, and then it's going back up. So it's an up-close bar. DJ, yeah, and that's the other thing. Correlation between US 30 and then oil. I've seen that one used. Gold and the dollar, Okay, what is this? Okay, so we went from previous day's high. Yeah, the Cadden oil. Cadden oil as well. So we've gone from previous day's high, which is also the overnight high or the high of the day, and gone back to low of day. The real question is, do we break out of the low of the day? Does the breakout fail, or succeed? Are we going back for previous day's low? Do I have a setup? That's the only real question. Or is this the last leg of a move into the low of the day to give everybody the middle finger? I'm not looking to get in on middle finger behavior. Gold is a maybe. Yeah, I'm watching it as well. Thesis being a failed breakout high of day. If we break out of the high of the day and they fail, looking at the low of the day as the next option, which is down over yonder, which is pretty far away. But we're going to have to see a bit more. I'm going to have to be a little bit more convinced than this. You know what I mean? They could have just extended the high, and then we might get the curl, which I don't think I would partake in. $10.05, new 5-minute bar. I have no orders in. I have not entered into anything. High of day. This is the high before the 9:30 open. This is the high of basically the highest point the market traveled before the session began. Overnight high. Mo money. Do you follow? Yes, but I haven't seen his content, and I don't even know when. I think it's been multiple years now. Nasdaq looks interesting. Shokar, yeah, he's who I initially learned from. ACB. Well, that's good. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm in very, very small on gold. Talking micros. A couple micros. Not, if it goes back to the high, it's not going to hurt. Okay, I just took a little bit off at the 930 low. I'm going to pad my position. I'm going to pad my position, which is something that I do frequently. I'm going to break even on this position, even though it's very small. That is what my trading plan tells me to do at a certain distance. My overall target is meant to be the low of current day. So if I have opportunity to add into this position, that is what I'm going to do. Hmm. I think by 10:30, if we don't have anything, I'm gonna have to depart from here. This red line right here is actually a previous month's level. Previous week's level is down here, so we're in breakout going higher. And this is kind of like our third peak of the previous month's high. Yeah, this is decent. It is decent, huh? I think it was a pretty good call. I'm still looking to add in. I haven't decided to do that just yet. I think I'd like to see them close below these breakout bars. These bars are the ones that broke out of previous month's high, and they did that in a bit of a 1, 2, 3. So I think that let's see. We will see. You're from India. How can I learn your trading method? Well, I've got an entire playlist on my channel called Watch from Beginning. What is it? No. Watch in Order for Effective Learning. So there you go. You're very welcome, Johar. I also do these live streams I was doing them every day, but now we've been doing it Wednesdays and Fridays again. I do a combination of the two, Spider. A little combination of the two. I'm not associated with any, so I'm not, sponsored by any or anything like that. But I use Top Step. I think they're a pretty good company. They just felt like the most professional out of the group. But again, that's personal opinion. I would say do your own research. Dow is still going to the moon. Gold is not. It has not done much. Although it is feeling a little bit more like maybe breakout pullback. Like we're going to fake out the shorts and go back to the high. But we will see. If I get stopped out of this, I'm probably just going to close things out for the day. We got a breakdown bar and then a sideways inside bar. Basically, from this point, we would want to see this turn into a breakout, fake out, back up towards the upside that immediately goes vertical back down. Not really getting that vibe, that feeling from it right now, though. I think that if we break below the breakout fake out bar, I will add in. I think. Okay, that is an I think statement. If the market does this, I will do this. If it breaks lower than the breakout fake out bar and closes, I will get in. Bigger. Bigger. Wow, US 30 is just going on a little tear, huh? Nice little Friday tear. Nice little Friday ripski. Where's it going? Is it blue skies right now? Oh, it sure is. I think it's blue sky. There's nothing up there. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's feeling less and less great. I'm starting to feel worse and worse about it. Like the reversal off the high of the day was a very short-term reversal. Some might even call it just a pullback. Yeah, the only thing with that Halim is the news at 10. I think we're going to get stopped out here and we're going to close out the day. Worked nicely after the news, yeah? Sure did. Tid sure did. Sure did. Holy cow. I would just love for it to go somewhere. That would be amazing. Honestly, if it stops me out, I really don't care at this point. I would just like it to do something. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend as well. I'll be seeing y'all on Wednesday of next week, and I will pop into Discord a few times and say hello. You'll have a great weekend. Get out in the sun. Enjoy. You'll have a great day. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.